A quick chat with Shelley Whitaker at first. She goes. The throw getting there rather late as the ball got stuck. 1-1 count as Fabian rocks again. That one gets away from the catcher. Runner will break and scores standing up. Past balls didn't help her, and the Cavs have trailed throughout. To center field, breaking back on it is Clark. It'll be over her head and off the wall, skips away from her. Throw into the infield is cut off there. 2 runs will score. Fly ball out into left. Arsenault lines that one up. Makes the catch. They'll send the runner from third. The throw cut off in the infield as it ran out of steam before it even got to the pitcher's circle. So it'll be a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Rivera. Knocks it to the hole at short. The only play will be at first. That is not in time. It's an infield single and a hit. As Bowers had to go way deep in the hole. Reimer to short. O'Neill will go to first, a little bit high, but an easy grab for Mackenzie Smith. And over Western Oregon in the second game of today's doubleheader, and a split of the series overall. And Samantha Byron comes in for us. You come in relief after Tori goes an inning. Did you know that was going to take place ahead of time, or was it something you had to do a little bit of quick preparation for?
No, I knew it was going to happen. She pitched 2 innings yesterday, and so she was limited to either 1 or 2 today. So we were kind of going, seeing how she would do. She did really well in the first inning, and I love watching her pitch. So I was hoping she would go for that second one, but no, it was planned, so I had time to prepare.
So mentally, yeah, that's a little bit better than all of a sudden. All right, now we have to ask the big question. What happened? We all of a sudden looked down 1 inning, and there you were down in front of the dugout. What happened?
There was a little collision with other players, but,
right.
It was fine. We figured it out.
Yeah, you caused everybody a little bit of panic because, we're busy taking care of things. We look up, all of a sudden, wait a minute, the pitcher's not supposed to
on the ground.
be on the ground like that. So
wanted to mix things up.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about the 7th a little bit. They got some good hitting. Started, second look at you as well. Just some good hitting from them. Did you start to run out of gas a little bit?
They're good hitters all around. They saw me 7 innings yesterday too, or Friday, I guess. We had a day off.
Right.
But Friday, and so just their timing was getting on it, but we were able to get out of it, so that was good.
One great thing about this team is that it just doesn't fold. It doesn't collapse or pack the tents or anything. You rallied a little bit, but in both of the double headers, you come back to win the second game about losing the opener. What does that say about the character of this team a little bit?
I think we definitely have a lot of fight. We're always willing to keep going and never fold over. Even when we were up 3-0, we were saying this isn't good enough. We have to keep going because we know any team in the league can score 3 runs in an inning easily. So just to pack on those runs and never give up because everyone can score as many runs in an inning as they can.
You're going to have 3 double headers over 4 days now next weekend starting on Friday. What are you saying to yourself? What will you do in terms of preparation, knowing that that's probably going to be a fair amount of work for you and the rest of the pitching staff?
Yeah, definitely taking care of our arms, icing afterwards, stretching it good, and just being mentally tough and working through situations is going to be one of the most important things.
Well, we'll let you go head for the ice now. Thank you for the time, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next weekend.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Samantha Byron with us here as she picks up the win to go to 4-4. We'll let you step out. We're not big time here. We don't have a lot of high tech. We got to trade equipment and bring Coach Shelley Whitaker in as she'll step in. The Cavaliers earning a split today and a split of the 4-game set as well. And game number 1, you're down, but you come up with 3 runs in the 7th. What does that do for the emotional state of the ball club a little bit? It had to carry on into the second game, give you kind of a teachable moment, a coachable moment as well for the team.
Yeah, I knew coming into game 2 with the momentum we had coming out of game 1 that we were going to come out hot. So I felt good about it, knowing just the energy was there, our focus was there. I didn't feel like in game 1 we had the intensity at the plate, the focus at the plate. We stranded a lot of base runners, weren't able to push those across, but, I really liked what we were doing the last 2 innings of game 1, and then rolling into game 2. I thought it was crucial that we get great pitching off the bat, because in game 1 we gave up runs both in the first and the second, so I knew if we could shut them down in the first inning and put some up that we had a great shot of winning the ball game.
It's such a fundamental point sometimes, though, but getting off to a good start, first inning for them in game 1, first inning for you in game 2, can make all the difference in this.
Yeah, most most definitely. Yesterday when we played on Friday, we gave up in game one a leadoff triple. And that does. And although we were able to hold her and not allow her to score, it just sets the momentum and the table for the shift there. So I was really happy with our approach and our energy in the second game.
With Tori going in, couple innings on Friday, one today, is that a case of just trying to, and not necessarily buy time, but maybe rest the arms of some of your other pitchers who over a long series going to be called upon? Is that the primary strategy behind using her, and how limited is she?
She's limited to what you saw out of this series, and unfortunately that's the case just for medical reasons. However, I like what she does. She goes out there and she attacks the hitters. She's very confident in what she's able to throw. She moves the ball both across, left and right and up and down in the strike zone. So I really like what she brings to the table for us. And, predominantly I use her as a closing role, as you've seen so far this season. But again, going back to the thought of, hey, if we can put us in a position where they don't score in that first inning, it just sets the table for us.
You're starting to get more hits from a more diverse group of players. Jordan Smith-Imes, a nice series here, including the game-winning RBI on Friday.
Yeah, she's just tremendous. Again, today she was down 0-2 and took it a full count. I just think that she has a lot of focus. And like she talked about Friday after the games, it's confidence. She's in there swinging, knowing what she's looking for. I thought Ellie Steen's coming around again. She kind of, fell off there for a little bit. So her confidence is coming back in. Mac had a few good hits today. Our 1-2 hitter got on in succession there. So I really like what we're doing. We kind of have to refocus. I didn't like sometimes we were in a 3-1 count and we're swinging it. So we're going to this week refocus on our approach at the plate when we're ahead in the count and swinging at things that, especially when we have no strikes, only swinging at ours or, a mistake, which is right down the middle of the plate. So those are the two areas offensively I think that we need to continue to focus on. But again, like you alluded to, we did have the fluke going around and it hit our pitcher. So it was great to be able to get Tori in and get 3 innings out of her this series.
Yeah, and I know with Mackenzie, too, that'll be another point, trying to get her back in the groove for next weekend on the Hill.
Yep, she was one that was down, and I knew when I threw her Friday that she wasn't going to have the energy and probably not as much movement on her ball, and you saw just that. So she didn't last long, but, we'll get some solid food in her, we'll get some rest going on, and be able to refocus her, and hopefully we have better weather, too. It's tough for all these pitchers to get out there and throwing in just a constant, drizzle out there. So, that's a tough thing to do, and I give them a lot of credit.
Yeah, we said the chamois squad was busy all weekend long. 2 against Northwest Nazarene Friday, 2 more Saturday, and then 2 the Monday after that with Billings. Puts a lot of stress, probably more on the pitching staff than the overall roster. But what do you do? Yes, it's the end of the season. Yes, the kids are in condition. What steps will you take to get as much as you can out of the squad?
Yeah, we tend to structure both our bullpen sessions and our throwing sessions for our outfielders based on, the timing of games. And I think, right now we're looking at playing on Friday, Saturday, a ball club that's hot. They're super hot right now in Billings. They're competitive day in and day out as well. So, we're going in and we're going to try to ride this streak of taking this split out of the series here with Western and just kind of roll. I mean, anyone can win on any given ball game. You see, we got knocked down game 1 here and came back to take game 2. So, I'm looking forward to good things and hopefully we can surprise someone this weekend.
And all that action on your own home field, and you've got to love the way your team keeps battling.
I do. They great energy. I can give it up. Our dugout is fantastic. Up or down, they're down there making noise, sometimes too much for the coach. But but I like the energy that they bring, and just constantly keeping up. I mean, I think anytime you're dropping games, you're not getting hits or pushing runs. Like I said on Friday, it's really easy to get down, but they find a way to keep themselves up and keep a positive outlook. And you drop game 1, there's always game 2. So.
We'll keep working on it, and we'll try to drop some better weather. It's supposed to be better next weekend.
And I hope so. If we can just creep into maybe the 60s and get a flash of sun here or there, I would find that fantastic.
Yeah, unfortunately around Portland, when you say creep into the 60s, it's more musical than the thermometer, I think, sometimes. And we'll see if we can get both for you.
All right, I appreciate it.
Thanks for the time, Shelley. Congratulations. We'll see you next week. 8-4, the Cavaliers picking up the Game 2 victory over Western Oregon, earning a split. 6-3 in the nightcap. 8-4 in the opener. And